Hello everyone, it's time for our Mars transit through Gemini during the year 2024, and I thought I would add a very short introduction. Now, Mars is in the Gemini sign, in its enemy sign, and it's very close to its debilitation sign, which is in Cancer. Now, is it really true that Mars isn't strong in Gemini? Well, not really, because Mars is a planet of chaos. And among all the planets, only the one with chaos can survive in the battlefield. And that's why we can see Mars getting exalted in Saturn's house, where both are opposing energies. Although Mars may not consider Saturn as an enemy, Saturn still does. And Mars is exalted in the enemy's house. That is the power of Mars. Mars loves to compete. Mars loves challenges, to take things in its stride. So how can we say that Mars doesn't do well in Gemini? It definitely does. With that said, let's dive into Mars transit in Gemini for 2024 and see what's in store for each ascendant. Let's begin with Aries ascendants or Aries moon sign. For Aries individuals, Mars transits into the third house, which governs communication and siblings. Mars represents energy, leadership, and the drive to achieve goals. It's important to note that Mars is a significator for brothers, and when it occupies the third house of siblings, it activates the principle of Karako Bhava Nachaha, which suggests that the significator can diminish the results of the house it occupies. As a result, you might end up spending more time with your siblings, but will derive less satisfaction and happiness with your interaction. Additionally, Mars may make you more assertive and demanding with your siblings, pushing them for answers and asking them to be more assertive in return. However, something may cause your siblings to be more reserved, leading to a communication gap. This effect is due to Mars being the eighth lord in the third house, which can create less communication not only between your siblings but also between you and your neighbors, as well as between you and your spouse. And if you push things too hard, it may lead to quarrels and agitation rather than harmony, especially since Venus will be debilitated, which signifies a lack of peace in relationships. Mars can also give you a very direct speech. You will be very direct in your communication with people around you, especially your neighborhood. Mars is about raising your voice and speaking out the truth without worrying how it may affect the other person. So you need to be very careful and calculative about what you say and how you say it to your neighbors, to your flatmates, to your colony of people, as that could create tensions or antagonize some of them, and that may be totally unwarranted, as this will only lead to quarrels and aggressive behavior with them, which can put a dent on that relationship. So exercise caution while speaking to people. If you're in anger, try not to be blunt. On the positive side, Mars's harsh nature can also serve a purpose by bringing things to light and revealing the truth. For those involved in investigative journalism, law enforcement, the armed forces, or forensic work, this is a time for you to excel. Mars in the third can also give new short travels to both you, your siblings, as well as your spouse. You will be going places this September. For students, particularly young children, this is an excellent time to sharpen various skills, including communication, your memory, acquiring new abilities such as learning new languages. The month of September will be full of activity, especially if your moon sign is Taurus. Yes, you heard that right, Taurus, not Aries, because this creates a specific yoga that enhances and empowers your third house. However, regardless of your moon sign, this transit looks promising in all these areas. So keep track of everything you eat or do that enhances your intellect, as this could serve as a remedy for anyone facing memory-related issues or difficulties concentrating. Once the transit is over, if you notice a significant improvement in your memory, your intellectual abilities, or writing skills, please consider sharing your experience by leaving a comment. Remember, we are all in this together as a community, supporting one another to reach new heights and empowering ourselves and in turn the people around us. Mars in the third will now give Aries individuals extraordinary courage to go after the things that you've always wanted. It's giving you the motivation and drive to act and get things done to your favor. So any pending desires that you put aside, because it requires effort, because it requires you to be bold and courageous, meaning where you would have to take significant amount of risk, then this may actually turn out to be a wonderful time for Aries folks. Alright, that's all I've got for Aries. If this is your first time on my channel, please subscribe below, like the video, and share it with your friends and family. If you would like a consultation, please drop an email and I will be happy to look into your chart. Next in line, we have Taurus Ascendants or Taurus Moon sign. For Taurus folks, Mars goes to the second house of family, of material wealth, and also family values. So here Mars might give some troubles within the family, some miscommunication with your brothers and sisters, and that's going to break things up. Mars being the 7th lord indicates some addition to your family, but being the 12th lord, it may also indicate some loss in the family, especially miscarriages. So you need to take special care if there's someone pregnant within the family to avoid such problems. And remember, Mars is a highly malefic planet and can cause troubles, especially because it's also aspecting your 5th house through its 4th aspect. So there's some problem coming to your family, your siblings, your children, your property as well, because Mars is a karaka for property. Additionally, Mars being the 12th lord also indicates that someone is going to visit you from abroad and there's going to be some newfound zeal and enthusiasm while that happens. However, what I see is that there's going to be a general slowdown in the way Mars usually functions. Mars is now going to slow down and not be in any hurry to make matters worse. Usually we tend to make mistakes when we do things in a hurry. And Mars actually does that. He's impulsive. But now Mars is going to remain prudent and give you the capacity to reason and distinguish between what would work for you and what would not. And also self-reflect, because it just moved away from Jupiter. You may now actually find yourself working on your children, your investments. It could be in equities, it could be investment in properties and vehicles. And that's because of its 4th aspect on the 5th house. Mars' 7th aspect on your 8th house means some secrets coming to the surface, and that's going to make you unhappy at the moment. Mars' 8th aspect on your 9th house may bring some expenses connected to your father. Alright, that's all I've got for Taurus folks. If this is your first time on my channel, please subscribe below, like this video, and share it with your friends and family. And next in line we have Gemini Ascendants or Gemini Moon sign. For Gemini folks, Mars now enters your Lagna, yourself, your body, mind, and intelligence. And Mars being a Karaka for energy and willpower will now give a boost to your energy levels. You would want to get fit and appear younger. Some of you may also take up competitive sports or enroll yourself for a lesson in tennis, gymnastics, aerobics, dancing, or any sport that involves fast-paced movement of your body, especially your arms. So you can think of swimming as another sport that you may be interested in now. But Mars being a Karaka for fire, knives, and sharp objects may give you cuts, bruises, and inflammation to your muscles at this time, as he is your 6th lord. Some Geminis may experience indigestion issues during travels. Maybe because you're eating cold and stale food, because you're forced to have just because you could not find a good restaurant. So if you're traveling, make sure to eat food that's hot and fresh. Additionally, heat source may also be a problem. However, whatever that issue is that you may go through right now, it will all turn out to be minor and you will heal very quickly. But then the whole point of saying this is in order for you to avoid getting them in the first place, right? Prevention is way better than cure. Now, I'm not advising that you should not take up any activity. In fact, you should go ahead and do it, because Mars, being the 11th lord, is in your ascendant, and he's now giving you a chance to improve yourself both physically and mentally, to learn new skills that will enhance your ability to function with more agility, zeal, and enthusiasm in your day-to-day life. 6th and 11th are upachastans, and they help you grow with time. So what I'm advising is only for you to be cautious. If you're in your 40s and want to explore running, you run the risk of knee injury. So instead, go slow, or better yet, take a brisk walk. Geminis in general may also find themselves hankering for new interests and hobbies. One of those could be with regards to learning a new language, which will help you build more friends or help you handle your day-to-day life effectively. For those involved in the technical field, you may find interest in technical languages like computer languages, or anything that involves communicating with other computers, or an artificial intelligence, that is where networking is involved. So anything from cloud computing to blockchain technology are all possible things that you may learn now for those functioning in the information technology field. Mars aspecting on your 4th house may bring health issues to your mother, but it may also bring some income to you through your house property. For those thinking of rental income, this is a good time to show your home to prospective tenants. At the same time, some of you may also undertake renovation or beautification of your home. So expect expenses related to that, and also some challenges. If property is not a concern, then such Geminis may experience problems with and also due to your vehicle at this time. Someone you know may borrow your vehicle and get into an accident, and you may now have to resolve that problem because you're indirectly involved. For some others, buying of a vehicle or traveling to places will become a recurrent theme during this transit, especially beginning your journey early in the morning and returning home by evening or late at night, and that may also bring repairs to your vehicle. Be sure to service it. Mars's 7th aspect on your spouse may bring some disturbances within family life, while that may also be a reason for you to start afresh in building a tightly knit family through effective communication. Mars's 8th aspect on your 8th house will give you courage and a fearless attitude to deal with sudden and tough situations in life, especially to those who have Gemini as their moon sign. You will also find yourself at odds with your in-laws, but you will handle them with tact and a very straightforward approach. Although there may not be many positives during this transit, you will still find yourself gaining courage and handling problems as a big plus to your attitude. Okay, that's all I have for Geminis. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. That way you will be able to catch up on all my new videos, including the ones on transit. If what you heard made sense, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share this among your friends and family. Next up, we have Moon Children. For Moon Children, Yoga Karaka Mars goes to the 12th house of expenses, subconscious mind, and also foreign journeys. Mars is about willpower, having a go-getter attitude, and striving for the goals in life. So Mars in the 12th house means you're going to see yourself striving to realize your dreams in life, because 12th is also your dreams. Now, whatever that dream may be, it could be about more income, going to a foreign country, having a strong bond with your family. It could be even about getting to know about spirituality or the future. So whatever that dream may be, whatever that goal you have, you will go after it, and you'd be always looking for a way to attain your dreams through your self-effort, through your actions. With Mars ruling the 10th, that quality of working and striving to attain your goals in life is getting amplified. Although you may want to be known for your work or for the way you dream big in life, this transit will give you recognition for being a spiritual person rather than a material person. Some moon children may also undergo surgery at this time, especially surgery related to your eyesight. It could be something as simple as a laser surgery or something very complicated. So if you're looking to get that eye surgery, it is definitely the time for you to go through that. 12th is also your subconscious mind, and for moon children, when Mars transits the 12th, you will see that Mars, who is your yoga karaka, is now playing the role of a messenger. He's going to clue you in on some important things through your dreams, through intuition, because Mars is not just occupying the 12th house, but is also in the sign of Gemini, which is about communication. So expect communication coming your way during this transit. Now, I can't really tell you if that communication is going to bring you good news. All I can say is that it could be a message about some truth in life. Maybe your close friend with whom you got separated from is trying to reach out to you. And you, through your intuition, you're able to know that he's trying to reach out to you. It's like when the phone rings and out of the blue, you know that it's your grandma calling you, you know. Telepathy definitely works, and Mars is now playing the role of telepathy, of a messenger. So pay attention and listen carefully. Mars being in the 12th can give you loss of blood or some kind of injury to you at this time, and that's something that you need to be careful about. Mars can also give you anemia or some blood-related disorders which would put you on medication. But it's all temporary because Mars is going to be there for a short while. Mars being the 5th lord going into the 12th means you will now have the stomach to digest any losses that come your way. You will have the risk-taking appetite. It need not be material, it could be spiritual loss as well, but you will be able to come out of that. And with Mars in the 12th, you will be able to get creative with your ideas only when you're in isolation. And that means away from your cell phone, away from people, away from all means of communication. Because of Mars's 4th aspect on the 3rd house of communication, where Ketu is already sitting. Mars's 7th aspect on your 6th house can bring some loans related to property, related to your house. It can also signify the aggressive nature through which it wants to treat illnesses. And one of the aggressive nature is surgery, which I already talked about. And Mars's 8th aspect on your 7th house means you would have to work on your relationship at this time and get creative, get romantic to ensure that your marriage does not lose its vibrant quality. Alright, that's all for moon children. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already. That way I'll be able to stay connected with you and you'd get to watch the latest videos on transits and all things astrology. If you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share this with your friends and family. Next up, we have Leo Ascendants or Leo Moon sign. For Leo folks, Mars rules your 10th house and also your 4th house and enters your 11th house of social circle, your income, and also fame and state honors. For Leo folks, remember Mars is your Yoga Karka planet, and now he's gearing up to secure your social circle through effective communication. It almost looks as if you're running for state election and you're trying to get as many people to vote for you. Of course, not all 50 million Leos are running for state election, right? So what does it mean for most people? What it means is that you will now have the urge to attain money and status through your social connections. It means you're going to leverage your network circle to bring home the bacon. Now, Mars is also a karaka for brothers and male friends, so you can expect their support during this transit. But with Mars being the 10th lord in the 11th house means you're going to work really hard to achieve what you want in life. Now, 11th house is not just about money or your social circle. It's also about your hopes and dreams, things that you want to achieve in this life. And when Mars goes there, being the 10th Lord, he's showing you the right direction to secure your dreams. And that cannot happen without assertive action. So Mars is all about assertive action to work on your dreams, to break that boulder and keep moving forward. With Mars's fourth aspect on the second house, this means that the gains you achieve will become something permanent or substantial in your life, possibly contributing to your wealth or assets. But let's also move away from materialistic terms. What this transit means is, in general, whatever you achieve during this transit will remain as an asset for you to cherish for a long time. I mean, the successes or accomplishments or whatever that you gain through your career or personal life will be recognized as your own, contributing to your reputation, to your status, to your long-term security. Mars's seventh aspect on your fifth house will bring a fiery side to your romantic life, especially for married couples. Now, regardless of whether you are married or not, one of the best things that you can actually do to impress your partner right now would be to talk about your future plans with them. Talk about what you envision your future life to be like together. Spark some romantic conversations every now and then. Ask them about the things they like, because this is one of the best times for impressing your partners. Don't forget to include them in your plans. Of course, remember not to sound too outlandish, because in all likelihood, your partner is going to be super grounded and practical. So it's very important for you to set realistic goals together. And Mars, through its eighth aspect on the sixth house, could help you to use your emotions in everyday life to fuel your drive to succeed. And what kind of emotions does Mars bring in? Mars represents emotions like passion, determination, grit, or even anger, raw anger, which will help you in driving your performance in a competitive setup or in everyday life of challenging situations. So make sure to use your emotions to work to your favor, and make sure that you're working on a positive outcome, which is most likely to be the case because Mars is your Yoga Karaka planet. Alright, that's all for Leo. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already. That way I'd be able to stay connected with you, and you would get to watch the latest videos on transits and all things astrology. If you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share this with your friends and family. Next up, we have Virgo Ascendants or Virgo Moon sign. For Virgo folks, Mars rules your 3rd and 8th house and goes to your 10th house of career, of name, of recognition, of work. And Mars is excellent with work. This is where Mars finds directional strength. For some Virgo folks, this may mean displacement from their roles at work and taking on higher responsibilities, or taking on work that matches your caliber, or that which helps you to showcase your potential. If you're working in a setup where there's less scope or almost no scope to make your presence felt, then there's very less chance of being noticed, of being recognized. But with Mars now entering your 10th house, you now have the opportunity to take on better roles. So if your employer is giving you something extra to work on, don't say no. Take it for your own good, and that's going to help you really put your best foot forward and find a solution to the challenges that your employer is now facing. For some of you Virgos, this transit can actually be very intense with regards to work. It's like your company is airborne and suddenly the plane falters and experiences critical failures, and now everyone is looking up to you to steer the aircraft to safety. You're going to have to play the role of a pilot, and that requires not just skill but also courage, because you are now not just any pilot, but someone who is in the situation of saving a dying aircraft. Which means you gotta take bold calls, take brave decisions. And that is reinforced by Mars's fourth aspect on the ascendant. Mars will give you courage. Mars will give you the ability to take quick decisions, to maneuver through hurdles. But just as it is with Mars in the ascendant or aspecting the ascendant, there is always a chance of impending danger or disaster. So any mistake that you make may actually cost you dearly. It's not a simulation, guys. So take things as seriously as you can. Work towards a solution because the odds are stacked against you. Mars's seventh aspect on the fourth house will now help you see a transformative change within your house, your domestic life, especially if you're undertaking repairs within the house. But I can assure you that once this transit is over, and even as this transit is happening, you would see good times come back in your life, and you are able to kick back and relax at home when you're not working. And home is where the heart is. So expect a family reunion at this time, especially a visit from your siblings or even your cousins. Mars's eighth aspect on the fifth house may bring certain troubles to your children, and that can also happen if you allow your siblings to babysit your children while you're away. Avoid leaving your children with your brothers, neighbors, or even acquaintances, as they might not be as cautious as you are. Any lapse in their attention could lead to accidents or injuries to your child, which you might regret later. Instead, keep your child with you and ensure their safety. Additionally, Mars could bring challenges in romantic relationships for Virgo individuals. It might be a good time to step back from these matters and concentrate on what needs your immediate attention, which is your career. But if you're still looking for a job and don't have one, this may not be the most ideal time to search for a job. You might get it, but it will be full of problems even as you begin, and you would probably not be happy doing overtime. So you may still have to wait for some more time before you land on both your feet to be able to handle work and domestic life together. Alright, that wraps up prediction for Virgos. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so to stay connected and catch the latest videos on transits and all things astrology. If you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with your friends and family. Next in line, we have Libra Ascendants or Libra Moon sign. For Libra folks, Mars rules your second and seventh house and goes to the ninth house of Bhagya, of religious ideologies, of philosophy, of father. And with Mars in this position, it means that you will now see things as either right or wrong, and there's no black and white. You don't have a middle path with Mars in this position. Mars can make you highly judgmental about other people and also put you in a position to attack anyone who tries to criticize your worldview. Mars does not like that. He's going to be defensive and also be offensive, which means you're more likely to talk about or even write about your worldviews, your philosophy in life, and you would want to publish it for everyone to know. War of words in social media regarding philosophy or religion is one of the major themes connected to this transit. Mars can also at this time give you the long distance travel, almost a spontaneous plan that you might come up with to visit someplace adventurous. Mars can now take you to physically demanding places of worship, holy places, holy temples, where you would have to go up the hill to see that deity, or you would have to circumambulate the hill or plateau to complete your chosen mode of worship, or even move quickly from one temple to another. With Temple Run like this, who needs to play the video game, right? So it's going to be an active month for Librans, moving from place to place. Also, being the second lord in the ninth means visiting your father along with your family. Father is not alive. This may be a time of remembrance or performing rites and religious rituals for the father, for the departed soul. But even with your father alive, the time may now be favorable for undertaking any kind of religious work, whether it's charitable deeds to help construct a temple or church or mosque, or being actively involved in religious rituals of any kind, because ninth is about your dharma and Mars is sticking to that code of dharma. Mars's aspect on the 12th house is about reinforcing the synchrony of religion with spirituality, connecting the soul through your religion. Although they are two different aspects, you may now see them as a linear thread or something that goes in a linear fashion and not two sides of the same coin. You would see religion as a run-up before you reach or know the spirit, which is your soul. Mars's aspect on the third house can facilitate contracts and agreements between you and your siblings, neighbors, or flatmates. It encourages forming connections within your community, fostering a sense of familial bond and togetherness. Now, the part where you need to exercise caution is with regards to Mars's aspect on the fourth house, where it may bring challenges within your domestic life, starting with your marriage, your home, property, vehicle. These issues may require prompt attention and resolution, taking action based on the guidance of your mentors, teachers, or gurus, or even elders at home in matters related to the fourth house will likely lead to successful outcomes. So do not take matters connected to the fourth very lightly. Something serious is brewing and you need to step up to save your fourth house. On the positive side, this is an auspicious time for creating wealth and also materialistic prosperity. Alright, that concludes the predictions for Libras. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so to stay connected and catch the latest videos on transits and all things astrology. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with your friends and family. Up next, we will be discussing predictions for Scorpio Ascendants or Scorpio Moon sign. For Scorpio folks, Mars goes to the 8th house and he rules your Ascendant and 6th house. This is classical Mangal dosh, right? Well, time for you to take care of yourself and also to look after your spouse. That's the first thing that you should be doing as Mars enters Gemini. But whatever the situation may be, if you're married, you will see that your spouse is more concerned about your health than you are concerned about them. If you're not married, then the solution may come from your well-wishers. Go by what they have to say and take remedial measures. Now, being the 6th lord and entering the 8th house, Mars will bring some obstacles and difficulties to your misfortunes like accidents or sudden events, and that is definitely good, which is why many of you will take remedial measures. In fact, a Dusthana lord occupying a Dusthana house does stop some of the misfortunes. But there are certain positive areas to the 8th house, even though they may be a result of grief and difficult situations, like, for instance, inheritance. And in this case, 6th is also about disputes in life. And here, Mars can bring legal disputes to your inheritance. Mars is a Karaka for brothers, and Gemini is the 3rd in the natural zodiac order, representing siblings. And Mars's 8th aspect is also on your 3rd house from your Ascendant or Moon sign. Double whammy. So your siblings may ask for a share in the inheritance, which can bring about conflict. This also confirms that the money due is not coming forth because Mars is also aspecting the 11th house of gains through its 4th aspect. There's Ketu already sitting there, all adding to your woes. Whether or not it's about inheritance, there's going to be a general disagreement or conflict with your siblings during this transit, which will be a major theme for many Scorpios. Since 3rd also is about communication, be careful about signing surety for someone at this time because they may end up becoming a defaulter and you would have to bear that money because Mars is looking at your 2nd house of saved money getting disturbed. Anything that you write or communicate may have a cascading effect and it may boomerang on you. Misfortunes through communication is also going to be a major theme. But being the 6th lord, he is definitely going to slow that down. 8th is also in-laws. So conflicts or challenges coming to your in-laws at this time. Your joint finances with your spouse may also see some disputes and it's going to have a bearing on your financial burden because Mars is also aspecting the 2nd house from the 8th. There's definitely going to be conflicts within the house, quarrels and disputes within the house. So try and take a vacation or go someplace which will give you time for yourself time to meditate or read self-help books to recharge and come back to fight another day. All right, sounds good. I guess that's all the remedy I can give to Scorpios. You may already be spending a lot of money on unnecessary things. What's one more vacation? Take your spouse, your family, and try to disappear for the bad part of this transit. And trust me, that will resolve many of your issues. That's all for Scorpio. Sorry about the negativity, but remember, forewarned is forearmed. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so to stay connected and catch the latest videos on transits and all things astrology. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with your friends and family. Next in line, we have Sagittarius Ascendants or Sagittarius Moon sign. For Sagittarius individuals, Mars rules the 5th and 12th houses and goes to the 7th house in Gemini. And here, Mars in the 7th does give Mangal Dosh, but also this is the time to celebrate with your partner. Love is in the air for Sagittarius folks. But you have to let go of your inhibitions to be able to enjoy the good times that are coming your way. Let go of being restless, of being serious in nature, because Mars can really give you that. Try to kick back and relax, and things will go smoothly during this transit. For those who are single, this is probably the best time for new beginnings, new romance, potential partners coming your way, especially people who are foreign to your culture or someone who speaks a different tongue or language. And that can create curiosity and a spark of attraction. Also for Sagittarius folks, this is one of the best times to plan a getaway with your partner. Take a vacation, go someplace different, and maybe even a laugh riot or doing something intellectual, because Mars is in the sign ruled by Mercury and he is also your 12th lord. This is a time where you get to appreciate the creative side of people, the intellectual side of people. Mars's 4th aspect on your 10th house can give you creative writing skills, authoritative writing skills, where you write based on facts and particularly do well when you're writing something based on historical events or based on factual scientific data. Your communication and the facts that you quote at work is getting strengthened in a way that it cannot be easily challenged. Excellent time for anyone doing research work, anyone doing work in an area where you need to apply not just your common sense, but belief or trust in the way things behave. Now, I cannot think of many examples for this, but one example I can think of is the behavior of the stock market. The stock market definitely does run on performance, or so it is believed. There are many who believe in the efficient market hypotheses. But at times, it can also become bullish or bearish based on stories, based on hearsay, based on sentiments, based on price movements, based on political gains and achievement. So any field that involves science and also popular belief combined, where you make predictions based on popular belief, which is the illogical component, you have a winner. So if you're in a field like that, make use of the illogical component to gain advantage over others at work. Mars's 7th aspect on your ascendant means there's going to be fun and entertainment in your life. You're going to be super expressive, very assertive, and the changes are now discernible to anyone who has known you. But Mars, being the 12th lord, may also give you some expenses and losses to your brother or siblings, which you may now see as your own loss. But on the positive side, there's plenty of enjoyment and pleasure through spouse or partner due to Mars's aspect on the 1st house. Mars's 8th aspect on the 2nd house may provide happiness within the family due to sudden events. For all you know, your family may as well win the jackpot, and that's going to keep you happy and excited during this transit. You may also find medical support to someone ailing in your family through alternative medicine or any science that involves transforming things to help you heal, like for instance Siddha, Ayurveda, because Gemini sign is known for alchemy and Mars, being the fifth lord, represents the stomach, and he is now aspecting the second house of family, second house of food. Jupiter is also aspecting your second house while being positioned in the natural second house, which is Taurus. Stay open to other forms of medicine, and you might actually benefit from this. Overall, this is a positive transit for Sagittarius. Folks, if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so to stay connected and catch the latest videos on transits and all things astrology. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with your friends and family. Next in line, we have Capricorn Ascendants or Capricorn Moon sign. For Capricorn folks, Mars rules your 4th and 11th house and goes to the 6th house of loans, debt, disease. And with this transit, you might face some problems with your blood pressure either going up or down. And because of Sati Sati, especially for Capricorn moon signs, I'm assuming it's going down because your depression is taking a toll on your body. But do not worry, mother's encouraging words will keep you pushing forward. You will also see some comforts in your life, in your daily life during this transit, and you only have the stars to thank for this change in your difficult situation. But Mars will now also give you tremendous courage to push forward, to keep going, and you must keep going. Just as Krishna says in the Gita, everybody has to act. There is no escape. But the intelligent ones see action in inaction and inaction in action. Nothing really is happening until you gain that knowledge, however. You may not find solace in the vagaries of the world. Now that's a topic for another day, because that's like the opposing pole to all things transactional, all things we consider real. Okay, so Capricorn folks may also see support from brothers and siblings during this transit. You will gain the support of your network circle, of your friends, people who don't even know you very much will come to your aid during this time. But you need to ask for help. You need to ask for support. And dear Capricorns, it's okay to feel vulnerable, but being courageous at times of being vulnerable and seeking help is the mark of true strength. Mars's aspect on your 9th house may bring succor to 9th house related matters. You will see some harmony within your relationship with father. If you have lost your father in recent times, you will see some succor, some assistance in assuaging that pain that you've been going through. Mars's aspect on your 12th house may make you turn towards spirituality and give you insights through ancient texts like the Vedas or the Bible or Quran, depending on your religious ideology. Mars's aspect on yourself through its 8th aspect can give sudden emotional outbursts, problems to your circulatory system, and those are going to be some of the immediate concerns that need urgent remedial action. And one of the remedies I can give is for you to spend time with children. And I don't mean with only your children. You may be single and not have a child, but if you engage in talking to a child, in talking to someone or spending time with someone who is very young, probably 4 years old or 11 years old, you will see much of your weight is getting lifted, and that is the remedy to help you get back on your feet and start treading forward. That is the remedy that will put things in perspective for you. It will help you find your joys and purpose in life. All right? Remember, tough times are not forever. Pain is temporary. Glory is forever. If you haven't already subscribed, Capricorns, be sure to do so to stay connected and catch the latest videos on transits and all things astrology. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with your friends and family. Next up, we have Aquarius Ascendants or Aquarius Moon sign. For Aquarius folks, Mars rules your 3rd and 10th houses and goes to your 5th house. Man, peak Sati Sati movement for Aquarius moon sign individuals. Lagna Lord is going retrograde, showing you the limitation of whatever solace you derived from otherworldly matters, spirituality, or being lost in your dream world. Now it's time for you to get back to reality. because Mars is now telling you that you need to work on your children, your love and affection, your skills, your professional as well as your personal skills in general. For those having children or for those still studying, maybe in college or specializing in some field, you're going to see one of the most difficult phases in recent times with regards to managing your child or in managing your studies. You will have to put tremendous efforts, sleepless nights, and work on it. It won't be easy, and work you will, because Mars is giving you the courage, the strength to keep pushing forward. But somewhere you realize your own limitation, and that may put you under a lot of stress, mental as well as physical stress. If you're someone who has been awake for most part of the day and night, sleeping less, you may now experience stomach-related ailments which needs your attention. Mars's fourth aspect on your 8th house will make you run towards some remedy or some lever that you can pull to make things better. And by that I mean indulging in knowing the secrets of metaphysics. Some of you may look for astrological solutions. Some of you may indulge in tantric or vastu-related remedies, because Mars is Bhumikaraka. He represents your property, your physical home. Mars's 7th aspect on your 11th is going to make you run after income, run after more profit, so you can lead a comfortable life. But then who doesn't want to, right? So a lot of efforts and work going into earning more money. You may be looking for extra income apart from your main profession. Siblings will come to your aid during this tough time and help you see through some of the difficult phases. Mars's 8th aspect on your 12th will also give you some relief to your expenses after prudent savings that you will now work on. You're going to cut back on expenses, cut back on spending, and that will remain your focus during this transit, along with making money. You will get the advice of your siblings to help you cut back on some of the needless expenses. So take their advice and keep pushing forward. So what I see is that there's still a lot of work and struggle in the lives of Aquarius natives. But as time passes by, you will succeed in many of your endeavors. Stay calm, stay alert, and remember, all bad things also come to an end. And that's all I've got for Aquarius natives. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so to stay connected and catch the latest videos on transits and all things astrology. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with your friends and family. Next in line we have Pisces Ascendants or Pisces Moon sign. For Pisces folks, Mars goes to the 4th house and he rules your 2nd and 9th houses. Mars is energy personified. Mars is willpower, and he now moves to the 4th house of home, of domestic life, of mother. Now Mars is a friendly planet to the Lord of Pisces sign. So Mars is functionally benefic. He is a soldier finally coming back home. Mars does well when he is in the battlefield. Here in the enemy sign at home, Mars feels he's coming back not to his home, but to yet another battlefield where he is now supposed to fix things. Maybe the roof is leaking, maybe there's a broken tap to be fixed, changes to interiors, changes to windows and doors. All of this is possible for Pisces folks during this transit. Also, some Pisces folks may get to fix their vehicle at this time, which will need some sort of servicing. Being the 2nd lord going to the 4th house, Mars indicates spending your savings on 4th house related matters, including your mother. You don't want to spend money now because Saturn is in your 12th, but you are forced to work on these areas lest they become more troublesome. So you will find ways to cut back on expenses by going for economical fixes. But there's no alternative but to spend money on all these things. You're also going to be spending money for the comfort of your family, for their happiness. Mars being the 2nd lord going to the 4th means someone from your family is now going to visit your home, and this could be your extended family as well. Mars being the 9th lord in the 4th house will bring some sort of luck and joy in your domestic life. It also means wealth coming through your father or mother, or wealth coming through your home. Maybe you're letting out your home for someone to stay, and that's bringing you some income. Mars's 4th aspect on your 7th house means there's pressure coming to your partner through your domestic life. You may be calm and collected, but not really the case for your spouse or partner. They're not really having a joyful time. because Mars is bringing that aggression on a very soft Venus, urging them to make changes, to follow a diet or a workout, or even take care of problems within the house. But end of the day, they will realize how blessed they are to be with your family. Mars's 7th aspect on your 10th house means, although you're more focused with regards to your home life, you're now having to also set aside time for your work, to monitor how things are going and what you need to do. Some of you may also work from your home or work from a remote location. 9th Lord aspecting the 10th house means you may also get a chance to travel faraway places due to your work. 9th Lord aspecting the 10th house also means you will have to follow the principles and rules at work and apply them to all people, irrespective of race, color, sex, religion. You cannot be giving a different treatment just because they are your friends at work. But being the 2nd Lord aspecting the 10th house will also mean that you will have to save your profession, save your skin, save the authority figures at work. It's a time of dilemma, but you will be able to give excellent advice, excellent wisdom to help steer your organization in the right direction. You will gain the respect of your higher authorities at work as the transit is happening, and even after the transit is over. Mars's 8th aspect on your 11th house may bring sudden wealth and comfortable earnings into your life at a time when you least expected it. And that calls for a celebration, guys. Alright, that brings the Mars transit video to an end. If you like what you heard, please give it a thumbs up. Also share this with your friends and family. Do subscribe below to catch the latest updates on transits and all things astrology. And stay tuned with VGS Astro. I will see you guys again with another new video very soon.